Testing out one of the most underused perks that I've ever seen that happens to be a very nice perk. We're talking about high alert here, people. I very rarely see people use this. People use Ghost. I myself like Restock. Overkill's like pretty high up there. Point Man has its uses. Okay, we get all this. But high alert, I haven't really seen anyone talk about it much. All right, Ghost lets you stay off the map, right? Ghost can be beaten with an advanced UAV. If you see the person with Ghost, then you're going to catch them, which makes it obsolete as well. So mainly just heartbeat sensors, things like that, normal UAVs is what Ghost counters. Restock is very aggressive. You can use it for defensive stuff as well, but it's a tactical choice that lets you kind of work your way around enemies, being able to use more equipment to your advantage to kind of try and outmaneuver people, right? High alert, I would say, is more of it's a defensive option with the potential of being offensive. It's basically like using a heartbeat sensor, except for it doesn't have a counter. As far as I'm aware, currently, there is no counter to high alert. And how this works exactly is when you're in a fight, you're going to be shooting in a target direction, all right? If somebody out of your vision looks at you, then your screen is going to flash and it's going to be yellow. Now, depending on the direction the person is closer to, from what I've noticed, or it seems like to me, the left or right side will be brighter than the other, giving you a direction. So at this point, you might be thinking, how is this useful? If they see me, then knowing that they see me, how is that going to benefit myself? Now, if you're using Ghost, it wouldn't benefit you in the situation because you're using Ghost. If they have a radar, they'll be able to know kind of where you are with the heartbeat sensor, but not exactly where you are. This right here allows you to make very fast tactical choices when you're in a fight. How many times have you been third partied in a fight in Warzone? You get so focused on one enemy that somebody comes over the mountaintop behind you and shoots you in the back. High alert is the perk that gives you the eyes in the back of your head. This thing right here is your armor. This perk, and I'm just going to put this loadout in this perk system right here, is basically saying I'm probably going to use kill chain, but I'm going to say that this perk setup right here is all about gathering information. That's all this is right here. If you like using heartbeat sensors, especially early in the game, why not use high alert with it? Because let's look at what we got here, okay? Kill chain is a perk that will allow us to go and find extra kill chains, whatever, inside of boxes, right? Which can be, airstrikes, big ones, UAVs, and all that for free. Find them in the boxes. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it's better than nothing, right? Another option for this is cold-blooded, scavenger for ammo, but none of these really give you an additional item to benefit you during a match. Cold-blooded just helps you with scopes and optics and such. Kill chain is going to give you something to use to try and counter your enemies, kind of like Restock would. But the big difference here is high alert and then a heartbeat sensor. Let's go to the heartbeat sensor first. Especially early on in the match, a heartbeat sensor is going to let you figure out the location of enemies around you in close proximity to you, which is very useful when people don't have loadouts or ghost or anything like that early. People use this because you're able to basically stomp people into the ground before they can get going in the game. And this right here is very nice. It's very standard for a lot of players and stuff. Some people are starting to swap over. I myself has been using smokes and stuff for a long time, and snapshot grenades and things. But this does have a place. All right. C4s. We're using the C4 just because we make a car bomb and we don't have any other rechargeable things here. So C4 is just a versatile tool that allows us to use it for like a defensive mine. It can use us for a distraction if we need to draw their attention somewhere else while we're making a flank. We can use it to blow up vehicles. We can use it to blow up our vehicle, make a car bomb to turn tides of a fight. It has a few uses and it's all pretty nice, even if it's gotten nerfed. And we're combining High Alert with Tracker because Tracker is going to give us more information about people who are close to us. So with Tracker, you're going to be able to see footsteps on the ground, things like that. So if you're going into a building, if you're going somewhere and you see footsteps, you know somebody's around. You get the heartbeat to see if they're near you as well. It's just going to help you track people down. This right here works very well with smoke grenades as well because you can see the footsteps through the smoke, which works very well with shotguns, just to say. But High Alert is the pinnacle of this because it's basically a radar that can't be countered by ghost or anything else. If someone even looks in your direction and sees you, this will proc and you will see it on your screen, which means if you're in the middle of a fight and you see this proc, whatever you're looking at isn't looking at you. It means somebody else is counter flanking you, which means that you can make that split-second decision to get into cover away from what sees you, compared to being shot by that person and then trying to find cover. So it gives you that split second to get into cover before they even see you, which is going to be pretty infuriating, but it'll help you in the fights. It helps a lot. I was using this in Plunder earlier. It saved me 8 or 9 times in one match. I tried to use it in the 2v2s, which I'll probably do here in a minute. It's a little bit rougher close quarters because they're going to shoot you either way. But it does help you in close quarters because there's plenty of times where I'm walking down next to a truck and I see it flash behind me and I just sprint around the truck before they can shoot me. So it's going to allow you to just get more information on the map. And with a lot of games like this, things like League of Legends and other games, shooters and stuff, a lot of really high tier players like having more information compared to like more money or something. Like if you played League of Legends, they would spend more money on wards most likely than they would um, just buying an item because the wards are going to allow you to protect yourself and know where enemies are. And that's the other big thing. It isn't just defensive because they can be on a mountaintop and be like, oh, I see a team way over here. And if they're looking at you and you're not seeing, it'll proc and you'll be like, oh, somebody can see me. And you can turn around and figure out where they are. You might see them. It's going to let you know that somebody's near. Now, on top of this, it's kind of like a little compass because, as we said before, it only procs when they're looking at you and you're like not looking at them. So if you see it and your team is in a building or something and it procs, you know that it's somewhere that you can't see and it's going to give you a sort of direction that you can turn to. So you're going to be like, oh, they're behind me. Turn. An example is during the plunder match, me and my team, we pressed up, we took out a squad, and we were inside of a building getting the loot and all that, right? Well, I was in a doorway by a hangar and it flashed on me and I turned around and I was like, it has to be north. I thought it was north. Now I was looking there and it was still flashing on my screen and I was looking around. I didn't see anybody and I didn't see where they were. But the thing is that I told my teammates that there was somebody around that was looking at me, right? Which put their guard up from getting loot to we need to get ready for a fight. And the guy was actually inside of the building walking up the stairwell behind me, and they picked him off for me. And I wouldn't have known that without having the point or the high alert, which means that this thing can save you. I ain't gonna say that everyone on your team has to run it, but just having one person in your squad that has this perk is gonna allow you to pinpoint people pretty fast, and it lets you make some very fast decisions. Now we're still leveling up our pistol, so I'm gonna do a pistol match, and we'll do a face-off with a pistol, right? And It's not going to save me a lot here just because I'm using a pistol and I don't really have um, a lot of space to work with. But you'll see that there will be times that you see the flash behind you when I'm turning a corner, and you know that guy is there just because of it.
Domination. We're losing Bravo. Taking Alpha. Alpha secure. Bravo. Your team at B.
I'm out. Reloading.
Assist your team at Alpha. Taking Charlie. Stand by. Enemy's halfway there. Step it up. Take them back. Taking Charlie. Stand by. We've got Charlie. You're needed at A. We've lost Alpha. We are taking Bravo. They can losing ground. Get those positions. We're being dominated. Taking Bravo. Stand by. We're holding Bravo. We are taking Alpha. We've got Alpha. We're losing this fight. Get your head. We're needed at B.
Grenade.
We have the advantage. Enemies at Alpha. Go. Securing Charlie. We've lost Alpha. Charlie. Taking Bravo. Losing B.
You see, it's not the best match in my life to show, but you can see at the very first of the match, there was a few times where you see the yellow tent go on one side, and I looked in that direction because I saw the yellow. Now, I probably would have swept that area anyway, but it just gives you that extra heads up, like, oh crap, there's somebody there. And even close quarters, it's useful. Because it allows me to think about, okay, how much health do I got? How much armor do I got? Do I really want to fight this guy right now? Do I need to swap weapons as well? I don't have to use tracker. I can use amplified as a secondary if I really need to, just so I can like swap out for a shotgun or something like that. But um, try this out in your matches, see what it's like. I'm gonna stop this one right here and then restart after this.